Hey, thanks so much for coming into my living room today and sharing this yoga practice with me. I'm so glad you're here. All you'll need is a mat. We won't need any props today, but you can always keep a blocker strap around if you feel more comfortable. Today's class, we're going to be focusing on stretching our side body and working into sculpting those obliques a little bit. You know, we're mid through the month, and at least in my part of the world, it's pretty gloomy and dark outside, so I thought it'd be a nice time to add some fire to bring in a little bit of that heat into the body, just to remind us that spring's here and it's on its way. So as always, we're going to aim for a 30-minute class. If you want to add more time at the beginning to work into some longer holds and some stretches, or if you want to add a longer shavasana at the end, that's great. That's fully up to you. And we're just going to take a deep breath, and we're going to start our class just coming into a comfortable seated position. So whenever you're ready, roll your shoulders back and down. Find yourself a nice seat where your sits bone is connected to the mat. And we'll spend the next 30 minutes of our practice together just enjoying each other's company and the breath and the space that we're going to create. So start by rolling your shoulders back and down. Good place to close your eyes. Make those shoulder rolls pretty big. So already just kind of start to feel out where you're holding tension in your body. I like to take a mudra. I like to have my hands in a little shape called a mudra to remind me of my intention for this class. This helps me focus on why I'm here. And then take those circles the other way. Bringing up the shoulders. We're going to spend some time in planks and down dogs today. So really we're going to start by allowing our neck and shoulders to relax. Add in some neck rolls. Stopping in any place that feels juicy to you. If you've got a place that's like extra sticky, just spend time in there. I don't really think of particularly Simon Says type of directions for necks and shoulder rolls. I feel like you are old enough to know how to do those and how to stop when it feels good on your body. But however you're doing them, link them with your breaths. You can come back to shoulders if you want to add in bigger rolls, drawing your shoulder blades together, pulling the hands forward. If you want to stick with neck rolls for a little bit, you can do that too. It's your practice. You know what areas of your body you need to warm up. And then if you got your legs crossed and crisscross, or if you've got them like I do in full lotus, cross them the other way, and we're going to do some side stretching into our body. So when you're ready for that, inhale, arms up, clasp the fingers, lift the chest, lift the heart, lift the chin, take the right hand down, take the left hand right above the kneecap, lift, and then twist. Allow the neck to follow. One more big exhale, continue into that twist. And release, inhale up, clasp. And exhale, release. Right hand comes right above the kneecap, lift the navel in, gentle twist. On your next inhale, lift a little higher, exhale, twist a little deeper. Straight into our tabletop. So we're going to be kicking our legs out to the side, so make sure you've got enough room here. I'm always in danger of kicking the fireplace, but just make sure you've got enough room on your right and your left. We're going to start hands under shoulders, knees under hips. So find your nice platform here. Your hands are stable. You've got weight equally grounded, your knees and your toenails. Now some people like their cat's cows like this, some people like this. I don't care. Whatever works for you. If you've got sore feet, this is a great way to get that little extra stretch. Draw your chin into your chest. Inhale, fill the belly, drop it down. Oh, if you've been sitting at a desk all day, this should feel real good. Pull it in. Link that movement to your breath so it's a full belly to come down. It's an exhale, navel in. We're going to go ahead and come back into a neutral spine, bring those toenails back in contact with the mat. Imagine like you have like your favorite drink on your spine, so you're making a table to hold that drink on there, and you're gonna take your right arm and your left leg. Now if you wanna keep your left toe down, that's cool. We're gonna bring this up and out. So flex through this foot so like you're kicking into the wall behind you, no like zero dead energy here. And we're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, take your elbow into your knee. You're gonna be doing these on planks and in your down dogs later, so get this form now. 1, 2, 3. Set up your tabletop, hands under shoulders, knees under your hips. Make sure you've got that little drink balanced on your low back, and then take your left arm up, right arm back. Push into that foot, palm pose forward, thumbs up to the ceiling. And we're gonna hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 3 times. We're gonna curl the knee and the elbow together. Bring a nice little fist of energy in here. And 1 more. And release. Going straight into that oblique work. Set that table back up. Bring your right arm up. And I am so afraid I'm gonna kick this fireplace. Bring your right arm up. Bring that left leg up. And we're gonna go out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and release. Get back into that tabletop, switch sides. You're gonna take left and right, and on your pulse of 5, there's a couch there. You're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This will show you the importance of clearing space around you at all times. I think I'm gonna turn, just do it a little more this way. Seems like we've got good space here. So we're gonna do this one more time on each side. Get this nice tabletop behind you. Take that right arm up, left arm back. Step into that energy. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's switch sides. Set up that tabletop again. Take the left arm, right leg. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent job. Back to center, back to your mat. If you're like me and you had to move around a whole bunch, turn your toes, roll your shoulders forward, bring your inner arms to the front of the room. Push back, find your first down dog. Maybe it's the first down dog of your week. Maybe it's the first down dog of your day. Pedal out your feet, take that dog to the park, roll the legs around a little bit, and let yourself stretch out. Let it feel good. Whatever you need to do. Maybe you want to add some shoulder rolls. Maybe we should all do this. Bring the elbows out wide, shoulders together. I know I've got some popcorn living in my shoulders, and this feels really good. So soften into those knees. We'll take 2 more and push back into your down dog. Pedal out your feet. We're going to take feet to meet the hands, half back to forward fold. It's a good time to make any little adjustments you need to make. Let the head hang low. See if you can feel any sort of tension reverberating up the spine. So that head, maybe it's about 8 pounds there of weight. Just let it dangle down. And then draw the navel into the spine. Inhale, chin to chest. Slowly roll up 1 vertebrae at a time. So let's get into that work. I'm always making little fidgety adjustments. I'm a fidgety person. So, yoga has that, oh, it must be peaceful and still. I'm always just kind of got a little bit of motion in my body. Yoga does help me release a little bit of that tension, but I'm never going to be perfectly still. Find your mountain pose, shoulders, hips, knees, ankles, tuck your tailbone under, roll your shoulders back and down, chin over your chest. Inhale, lift up. A lot of Simon Says there for mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. So keep that length. I want you to stop halfway. Inhale, lift. I want you to keep that length, and I want you to go over to the right. Inhale, lift. Exhale, go over to the left. Inhale, lift. Take the arms out in front of you. If you've got a block, you can kind of hug it here in your hands. come all the way out, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, up, keep that length, over to the right for 5, 4, 3, 2, up, and over to the left for 5. See, I did that thing where I kicked my hip out, so we want to keep that hip underneath, and we just want to use those obliques for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This time take it all the way up, push the palms through the ceiling, exhale, forward fold. We're going to take our right foot back behind us, step it parallel to the edge of the mat, inhale, circle sweep the arms up, warrior 2. And so you're going to find your heel parallel to your arch. It's a nice little line of alignment there. Your knees over your ankle, arms are spread nice and wide. Energy brings the tailbone tucked under. So untucked, tucked, very big visual difference there. Nice energy through the arms. You can wiggle your toes a little bit too. Bring the arms forward and up and out. 2 more. Down, up, and out. 1 more. Down, up, and out. We're going to come into our, threw me off there, we're going to come into our extended angle pose. Bring your forearm to the top of the thigh, top arm up and over. Go ahead and reach for it. If you want to go a little further into those obliques for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you have it there, place your arm back down. Circle sweep up, toes forward. So now that we're all facing the front of our mat, our arches are turned in, our toes are turned in a little bit to give us extra space. Lift the heart, lift the chest, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, up to a nice half back, exhale, twist to the left, grabbing foot, ankle, just don't grab your kneecap, grab your toes, grab the outside arches of your feet, use your block if you've got it. And back to center. And we're gonna come over to the right. It's big exhales into these twists. Lift up a little bit, exhale over. Come on back to neutral spine. Nice flat back, get that tabletop back, and then bend your knees a little so that you can roll up safely. Turn your right leg out this time, warrior 2. So from our warrior 2 on this side, you want to line up your heel and your arch, your knee and your ankle. Nice big open space here. Bring this forward, get a little block here, lift it up. I like to add a little one of these in for my shoulders and down. Close the gate, grab the block, lift it up and open. Close the gate, lift up and open. And I just noticed I'm making rather aggressive like claws. That's not really my intention, but maybe that's just where my energy is today. And we're gonna come into our forearm to the top of our thigh, right between the kneecap and the hip bone. So we don't want it too far down, we don't want it too high, we want it smack dab in the middle, and a lot of energy. So if we were in face-to-face class, I can come around and just give you a solid high five there in that energy, so none of this nonsense. Up and over, exhale, extend. So right through here, we've got that line of energy from the back of the foot, up the leg, into the ribs, across the chest, up and over. If you want to move on to something a little bit more difficult, ground through this front leg and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back into your side angle pose and up. Don't worry, we're gonna do that again on the side. So let's take a little bit of a forward fold, lift, fold it over. Lift, we're gonna take that up to speed. We're gonna add a triangle pose this time. So let's take into our warrior 2. Find that nice alignment, up to speed to our warrior 2. And you've got your options here. You can do your side angle or you can do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, side angle pose, straighten the leg, triangle pose. Circle, spin that up. Take the forward fold mod of your choice. So you clasp the hands, fold if you want. You bring the hands in front of you. Just hold for 2 breaths. Lift up and turn that right foot out. Spin it out, warrior 2. Take that into the modification of your choice, but always set up your side angle first. Remember, one side of the body is going to be different than the other for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to that side angle for a brief triangle pose. Remember, we're leaning into our triangle pose here. Hand is nice and supported, lots of energy. Leg is up, so we're not collapsing, we're lifting. Speaking of lifting, grab that imaginary rope above you, use that to pull yourself up. It does make a big difference. Turn your toes, find the stretch of your choice. I'm going back into my shoulders. 2 breaths. Lift up. Sometimes you don't know which version of the stretch you're going to be doing until you step into it. Speaking of stepping into it, step into the front of your mat. We've got a little more work to do. So let's find our mountain pose. Shoulders, hips, knees, ankles. You can't get out of an obliques focus class without chair. So we're going to do our chair poses today with our feet together instead of hips distance apart, because we're going to be twisting into our chair. This provides a really nice base for that. So bring the side arches of your feet together, bend your knees, sit your hips back, hands to heart center. If you don't want to twist your chair, you can omit it. But if you do, sit back a little bit like you've got your booty right above like a porta potty at a concert. Take your elbow over to the right kneecap and hook it. So you might have this temptation to like slide a knee. We want to keep these locked together, which is why this very close chair is a great way to make sure that we're not jutting our knees out. Hold this right here at the top. Take that left foot. And I want you to exhale and take it all the way back to a twisted high lunge. If you've got the space and you want to open that up, you can bring that in for 5, 4, 3, 2. Circle the hands down. Take this right foot, swing it back up and through. 3-legged down dog, kick it back, stack the hips. 1, 2, exhale. Great. Keep that foot lifted. Walk the hands back to meet the foot. Walk the hands to the front of the mat. We're going to do that 2 more times. This leg does not have to be crazy high. I don't want you to be like, oh, mine must be in my standing split. I just want you to walk the hand to the toes and then to the front of the mat. Keep that leg lifted. I know, I'm right there with you. I've done this twice today. Ooh, hair my way. Lift that leg. Take your knee to your right elbow. This is going to be sliding in through plank. Lift that knee up. You can do this to the left. Don't give up. To the middle. And then I want you to, lastly on this side, chaturanga with this leg lifted. So bring your elbows in, down, then bring it down for a cobra of your choice. You did it. You did not give up. If you did give up, it's your practice. That's fine. Don't let your shoulders live up by your ears. Roll it back and down. You know what you're in for on the other side, so turn toes, push under, pedal it out, step feet to meet the hands. If you've got gorilla in your practice, link your toes and your peace fingers and let that kind of reverberate down and roll up 1 vertebrae at a time. I'm going to turn to the other side of my mat so we can do this other side together. You can hear me. I've done this once today. I'm out of breath. So it's a little bit of cardio as well, especially with that walking forward and walking back. So find your chair pose. Line those arches up. Tuck your tail up under, untucked, tucked. It's a nice, powerful action. Lift your arms up, hands to heart center, knees are together, and then we're going to connect our right over to our left. Dan, is that right? Hold on. Please Please hold. Yeah, we're gonna take our right over to our left. Oh my God, I'm a mess. All right. And then we're gonna step that right leg, step it back into our high lunge twist. Oof, if you've got the space, open it up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. All right, so we're gonna do those 3 little plank push-ups. So lift that leg, bring it up, find your high 3-legged down dog. We're gonna bring in that plank modification. So first one, we're gonna bring the body forward. We're gonna take the knee to the elbow. Don't speed through this. We're gonna cross the body, knee to the right. We're gonna come back up. We're gonna come knee to nose. We're gonna come back up. Now we're gonna walk these hands. I did this out of order just to surprise you. I did not forget. I just wanted to put these second. We're gonna do this 4 times. Keep that leg lifted. Don't force it to be higher than is comfortably uncomfortable. My splits are terrible because I run a lot, but I know for a fact my splits are always a little lower than most yogis because I use my muscles in a different way, and it's fine. Come on out. Last one. Keep that leg lifted. You can do this. Elbows into the body. Now, bring that leg down. Bring those inner thighs together. Roll your shoulders. Find your cobra. Make it a little serpentine here. Stretching that out. Little extra down dog challenge for you. If you want to push in to your down dog by keeping the toenails connected to the mat for a minute. This is a nice savory little stretch for the back of the legs. And then hop and turn them. Take the right foot up, bend the knee, stack the hips. Place the hand on an exhale between your feet. We are gonna ground into this front foot. We're gonna pop up this back leg. You can hear me, I'm out of breath over here. Into our crescent lunge. You're like, oh, crescent lunge. Crescent lunge isn't a thing because we're in half moon. All right, so we're gonna take our half moon. We're gonna go 1, yes. 2, yep. 3, push into it every time. 4, yep. 5. If you have the twisting modification in your practice, you're welcome to do that and bring yourself in a reverse figure 4. Otherwise, step back, drop that knee, inhale up, low lunge. Ooh. Oh, my side body is screaming. Bring hands down. Right leg, it's gonna scoop up. And I'm gonna switch over here. So I'm mirroring you guys. I'm gonna take that right leg up, bend the knee, stack the hips. We're gonna place it between, nope. We're gonna take that left leg up, bend the knee, stack the hips, and we're gonna place that in. And we're gonna come into that crescent lunge. All right, nope, we're gonna come into that crescent moon. Moon pose. Lift that back leg. Sometimes all the yoga poses kind of bleed together into your brain. Push into this foot, stand and lift. Exhale, 1. Don't shortchange yourself this. 2. Inhale, expansion. Exhale, contraction. 2. 4. Apparently I just skipped saying the word 3 there. 5. Push, push, push. Hands down. Foot down. Exhale. Breathe into that low lunge. Good job. Lift up. Stretch into the side body. Well deserved. So come into hero's pose, onto your knees now. So if you've got your toes like this, it can feel really good. If that's not comfortable for you, you can sit like this, or sitting like this with your toes down to the mat. This is where I'm gonna be right now. These are my adventure. I'm so out of breath. Here's my Avengers leggings. I got them in Florida at Orlando Studios. I love them. That being said, sometimes clothes make me smile. Lift your arms, lift your chest. Give yourself a nice big stretch through the chest, stretch there. Place your right hand down, left arm up and over, yes. Queen, yes. Lift up toward the ceiling. So I want you to like cupcake your fingers here. I don't want you to squash your hands to the mat. It's a good place for a block if you've got one near you. And then I want you to inhale, lift the heart and the chest, and reach the arms up. So it's very easy to just go, bringing my arm up. I want you to intentionally lift the arm up with focus. Reach, and to the other side. So it's right elbows right out from the hip there. Lift. Every inhale, you lift. Every exhale, you go over a little bit. Just like micro movements into the side body. With intention, so draw that belly up and in. Use that muscle strength to bring that arm up. Don't just let that fly up. We're gonna uncurl our toes and come down to our mats. One more forward fold to balance our bodies out. Lift your heart, lift your chest. Now, I want this forward fold to be your forward fold. I don't want you to get obsessed with grabbing your toes, grabbing your arches, grabbing your feet, grabbing your legs. I want you to just let your hands rest naturally anywhere but your kneecaps. But I want you to take the length to get you there. So we're gonna take 3 little micro movements. Inhale, tiny little lift. Exhale, fold. Elbows are tracking with the knees up and down. Up and down. Good job. And slowly bring our way down to our mats. Take your hands behind your thighs, and just for giggles, take a little bow pose to the mat to release any more fire or tension or stress that you've been holding on to. And once you're on the mat, give yourself some space. If there's anything else you want to do before we close class, like a happy baby would probably feel good right now. If you want to do any more twisting or lengthening of any kind, I always take my hair out. Really always try to take my hair out before Shavasana because I don't like the hairband pushing into my mat. Just things like that would just make you more comfortable. Any sort of bridge modifications or bridges. I would avoid like full wheels right now just because you've done so much in your obliques. We're trying to cool those muscles down. So let's go ahead and spend the next couple minutes of the practice in Shavasana. Settling in, let the weight of the day just fall off your body. So feel that sinking of your body into the mat. All those points of contact that your body is having with the mat right now, let those just sink and drift into the ground beneath you. And all the points of your body that are in contact with the air above you, let those become light and lifted until your body is just sort of energetically split. Half of you grounded, half of you light and lifted, fully in balance with both of those yin and yang energies. surrendering what doesn't serve you, letting it flow away from you, and absorbing those things that you need that will help you bear the fruit of your practice. Whatever those are to you, if that's time to yourself, if that's time with a loved one, if that's maybe limiting your screen time, if it's focusing on exercise or hydration or water or journaling or meditation or prayer. Maybe it's letting go of some relationships or some negative self-talk or some habits. Every day is a chance to hit that reset button. Slowly start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Circle your wrists and circle your ankles. And with eyes closed, spine, head, and neck relaxed, draw yourself to your right side and then up to a comfortable seated position for the close of our class. So keep our eyes closed here. You can join me in a namaste if you'd like. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands through heart center. Namaste. Thank you for coming to class. Thank you for joining me in the gifts of the practice today. I'm so glad you got to share this fiery oblique class that's been living in my brain with me today. I hope you enjoyed, shared it with your friends. Come back to this class if it's gloomy and dark and you just need that little extra fire. Put this class in your back pocket for like a cold winter's day too. And I'll see you hopefully next week for more yoga. And thanks for hanging out in my house. I really appreciate seeing you.